So, just this last weekend, it was Super Bowl here in America, Super Bowl 60, and it was between the Seattle Seahawks and New England Patriots. And I had a troublesome time prior to that because I officially counted myself as a Raiders fan. I supported the Raiders randomly back in the 80s in England. And then I started spending more time in California and eventually went up to going to see the Oakland Raiders 3 times. And you know, my typical rule is if you've been there live supporting a team, you're kind of stuck with that team no matter what. But lo and behold, the Raiders moved to Las Vegas. So now I feel like I'm a free agent. I still have a lot of sympathy for the Raiders and supporting them. And if John McCabe's watching, sorry, brother. But like I say, I feel I'm a free agent. And for about 10 or 15 years living here in Eastern Washington, kind of been hard to escape the sort of Seahawks stuff. I saw them win the Super Bowl in 2014, lose it horribly in 2015. And so over time, I've become more and more convinced. And we were going to go to a Super Bowl party, and I became fairly convinced that I was going to be supporting the Seahawks and kind of edging towards being a Seahawks fan. Still going to see them live to be a real fan, though. Do accept that. Anyway, on the Saturday before the Seahawks game, I went wondering, I thought, I'll just buy a t-shirt or something, and there'll be something cheap in Ross or Marshalls or somewhere like that, and I'll just wear that, because you've got to choose a team to support. Anyway, I couldn't find anything, and I was like, okay, fair enough, that it's meant to be. So that evening, Kate and I went to her mum's place, where she was going to be having cocktails with us. She had stuff in for cocktails. We brought some stuff for cocktails, including what we're going to drink tonight. And we walked in there, and she comes out holding this sweatshirt and saying, look what I want. It's an extra large Seattle Seahawks hoodie. And I'm like, oh, I was looking for something like that. That would be, how nice. And she said, oh, well, you can have it. And so I'm wearing it. And I'm like, this is very suspicious. It's very nice. Can't take away. Diana, thank you very much. But how bizarre. I was looking for this and you have one. And so I asked Kate later on, we're at the party, and I said, hey, Kate, did you just sort of figure something out with your mum to get me the sweatshirt? She's like, nah, I'm not that thoughtful. So I'm like, okay, I'll just take it as a good sign. And so we went along to the Super Bowl party there at Brent and Carolyn's place. Zoe was there, of course, and so was Julie and Don and Molly, and we had a great time. And of course, the Seahawks won easily. It's embarrassing to be a Patriots fan. Sorry anyone here is a Patriots fan, but that was embarrassing. The 12-year-old quarterback or whatever. I felt sorry for him in the end, to be fair. Anyway, I came up with a couple of cocktails that night, both of which are my versions, my riffs, if you like, on cocktails. And we're going to go for one right here. It's an Emerald City cocktail, and it's the right color and the right drink for the right team. As you'll see, obviously, Seattle is known as the Emerald City. The other drink, I might make another video about that, is based more on what Seattle is also famous for, apart from its greenness, I suppose. But like I say, that's for another time. So it's a kind of, it's often called a martini, but let's be honest, a martini is vermouth and gin or vodka. That's about it. So it's not a martini, it's the Emerald City cocktail. It is a vodka drink. Got myself some Smirnoff here, and you're going to start with 2 ounces of vodka. Like so. And then we move on to the things that make it kind of interestingly colored. Let's start with some Midori. Oh my God, look how close that is to that green there. So Midori melon liqueur. We are going to go for a 3/4 of an ounce pour of that. And the other color that Seattle is famous for is not just the green, even though they're the Emerald City, is also blue. We are going for some blue curaçao. Oh my God, this is quite empty. I've made a few of these cocktails, to be honest. 3/4 of an ounce of blue curaçao. And then once that's in, a little bit of lime juice. Again, 3/4 of an ounce. It's kind of greenish as well. It will all add to the beautiful hue of the drink, like so. And then a bar spoon or a splash. You can put as much as you want. I think a bar spoon of simple syrup is about correct. Just stir that in there so that it all comes off the spoon. It's sticky, of course, being sugar syrup. And then 1 dash of orange bitters, the Angostura orange bitters. That is plenty of that. Give this, it's obviously shaken. It's a citrus drink. That should do us. Now I've just got to be able to get this lid off. It's a bit tricky when it gets kind of cold. Everything sort of expands and contracts and all the rest of it. And it does have a little look of washing up liquid here, but I am good to go with that. Just strain that into your chilled cocktail glass, like so. And then for a garnish, what I quite like is a dehydrated lime slice. I'll put that right on top like that. Here, let me give you, my wonderful viewers, a little look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I think it's pretty beautiful. So let's see what we've got. Oh yeah, that is like drinking a sour gummy. It's excellent. Well, what can I say? Cheers and go Hawks. Cheers again.